The expected rise of the cost of living could further condemn impoverished Kenyans to more suffering owing to planned review of electricity cost upwards by almost double if the proposal by the Kenya Power to Energy Regulator, Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority EPRA sails through beginning April 1st, 2023. In the proposed tariffs, the perennial laws-making Kenya Power, which enjoys a monopolized energy distribution market, now want the power cost to be raised by up to 78%, which translates to up to 117% due to the planned withdrawal of monthly subsidy that cushions poor households. This is expected to significantly put more pressure on consumers who will bear the resultant cost due to increased cost of production and prices of basic commodities. Besides increasing the base tariff, Kenya Power has reduced the threshold for accessing the monthly power subsidy equivalent to a 24.1% discount from 100 kilowatt hours to the proposed 30 units. Effectively, this will deny millions of households the subsidy they have enjoyed since 2018, as Kenya Power seeks additional resources to upgrade its transmission network and boost profits, which ultimately allow the utility to restart dividends. Kenya Power wants to increase the cost of a unit of power for the usage of less than 30 kilowatts per month to a 28.01 shillings a unit, up from the current 20.70 shillings, reflecting a growth of 35.3%. This is based on assumptions that surcharge levies in power bills like the fuel and forex adjustment remain at January levels. Those consuming 50 kilowatts hours a month and who bear the biggest brunt of the subsidy withdrawal will pay 36.92 shillings a unit from the current 20.70 shillings, representing a 78.3% jump. These are homes likely with no plugged gadgets like fridges, TV, cookers, microwaves and electric heaters, key drivers of power use. The utility pointed out that the middle class have enjoyed the subsidy set for poor households. It expects the higher tariff to apply from April 1st, 2023 after EPRA's approval. If implemented, the higher tariffs will hurt household budgets and raise the already high cost of doing business in Kenya. Kenya Power holds that the higher tariffs are justified because the present electricity prices lapsed in 2019. In 2018, EPRA reduced the retail prices of electricity after an order from the then President Uhuru Kenyatta in the wake of widespread complaints from domestic customers and small businesses over a costly tariff introduced the previous July. The tariff almost doubled the monthly bills for higher income households, triggering complaints that forced EPRA to cut the tariff from November 2018 to July 2019 to 10 shillings per kilowatt hour from 15.80 shillings from customers who use below 100 kilowatts per month. The expiry of the temporary tariffs is what is emboldening Kenya Power to push for a review of the tariffs upwards and boost earnings. The utility firm last paid a dividend in 2017. If approved, the new prices are likely to derail Kenya's quest to make energy costs competitive compared with other African nations like Ethiopia, South Africa and Egypt. The cost of power is a key determinant of new investments. An increase will hit to household budgets hard, given that electricity prices are among the expenses that have jumped the most over the past decade. The law provides that electricity tariffs be reviewed every 3 years, but the timetable has been erratic as the regulator has often delayed or amended the rates, partly due to the government seeking to ease inflationary pressure on households and industries. In her audit of the Kenya Power's books, the Auditor General indicated that the utility remained a going concern in a financial year that ended on June 30th, 2022, as it remained in a negative working capital position for the 6th year running. The company's current liabilities outstripped current assets by 55.7 billion shillings to stand at 110.4 billion shillings. President William Ruto has been against subsidies imposed by his predecessor, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, on items like petrol and staple maize flour, terming them unsustainable. Some of the key challenges the new president faces include bringing down the high cost of fuel and food that have pushed inflation to a 5-year high while grappling with the subsidy measures that policymakers warn could empty the country's coffers. Households consuming 50 units a month will pay 1,846 shillings from the current 1,035 shillings, while homes and businesses using 100 units will part with 3,692 shillings, up from 2,638 shillings. The increase in the cost of electricity will unleash pricing pressures across the economy as producers of services and goods factors in the higher cost of energy. This will be a blow to consumers who are also grappling with historic high prices for fuel and food amid the worst drought in 40 years. Inflation eased to 9.1% last month after the drought drove up food prices and energy costs. Stanley Lugaria, The Informer, uncovering the truth.